So that was Outlier by Surrender the Ectype.
Ectype. How do you spell that last word?
ECTYPE.
I had it with an A. Wow, that song was pretty good. It definitely got my blood pressure up a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on in that song, but the drums definitely led the attack.
Yeah.
And they had a really sweet tone, I thought, on the drums. I really liked the sound of them.
Yeah, it's really tight and punchy.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So if you're curious, by the way, I just looked it up. Ectype is a copy from an original, something in the world of external reality, as distinguished from its external and ideal archetype or prototype. Okay.
Well, and listen to me bitch about stuff throughout your lifetime. You know that I'm not big into like screamy music like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes I, kind of like it as an element of the song. I kind of liked how it was kind of back and forth with that. And then in the chorus, there was a more melodic vocal.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that kind of helped bring the whole song together.
Yeah, I would agree.
I would have lost interest if it was screaming the whole time, just because that's me.
Yeah. And I think that with being entirely self-produced, it sounds really good. My only thing would be that some of the vocals could come up like just a touch higher, maybe. I think that it's one of the classic things of the singer mixes the record and they don't like their voice. Yeah. Which I'm guilty of all the time. Anytime I make music, I have to send it out to a bunch of people. And mostly the only criticism that I'm looking for is, hey, is my vocal too loud? I feel like it's too loud. I think it might be good, but I feel like it's too loud.
Another thing I kind of got, especially towards the end, was the keyboards.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of sounded like when Geddy Lee decided to introduce keyboards to Rush. Similar sort of vibe.
Yeah.
It kind of brought me back to the 80s and all, with the splash of keyboards being so prominent in the mix.
Yeah, and I think that definitely with this type of music, you're not quite as familiar with it, but I think that all of the really like weird rhythms and stuff like that were all really on point. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, definitely got me thinking. Not sure what I was thinking about, but it got me thinking. Just to kind of follow it.
Yeah. And that's something that personally I'm really bad at, but I think that there are a lot of people that do it really well, and I really enjoy when it's done really well.
Yeah. Well, my next song, it's kind of funny. I was talking about being brought back to the 80s, and also talking about types of singing that I'm not typically enthralled with. And there's the scream and there's also the growl. And the growl, mm-hmm. I think, can be way overdone. And some people do it, in my humble opinion, which may differ than most people's. But I was looking for some new music for this podcast, and I came across one of the cheesiest 80s hits by a band called Firehouse, remade by a modern band that does have a growler in their midst. The band's called Eshtadur, I think. And the song is called All She Wrote.